Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As promised, I'm here with another video all about question and answers, and I brought more people so you can get more perspectives. So we have Darius, and then we have Meah.
Hi.
So these are my law school colleagues, or my law school friends, and Darius is a 2L.
Who should try it? I'm a 3L.
Oh, I didn't know that. You a 3L?
Sure am. Look, since we all started together, what? Next.
Okay, and then Meah is a 3L.
I'm a 3L.
All
There's
right.
no discrepancy.
Alright, so this video is just going to be a continuation of the last video, like I said. So I have like a few questions. I'm going to kick it off with pretty much law school, right? So we're here now, but we have to like get here, right? So take an LSAT and all that. So can we tell them a little bit about our LSAT experience, like yours specifically? I told them about mine, my hiccups, my trials and tribulations. Tell them a little bit about where you're from.
Okay, well, I guess I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, so it's about 45 minutes from like Southern University Law Center. The 45 minutes does make a difference. I graduated, when did we graduate college? Like in 2016, I took the LSAT in 17 though, like I took a gap year. I'm probably the most unconventional one probably in the group. I didn't really study for the LSAT a whole lot.
Wow.
I figured out, you see, but I'm real big on like numbers and stuff. So I figured out what school I wanted to go to. I gauged that from what I needed to make. And I did the work that I knew I would need to do to get the score just to get me into school. I wasn't really pressed with going to the top 10, top 15s. Like I wanted to stay somewhere close to home. I wanted to be able to go home fairly often and be around people. So I knew with Southern, I think the bottom on the website is like a 140.
140 to get it.
I think it's like a 140 at the bottom. I think I got like a 142, something like that. But my GPA was fairly high, but I got a 142. I didn't really study a whole lot. But I'm good at standardized tests.
Right.
So
You're
I
a
kind
test
of
taker.
Yeah, I am for like the state giving exams. So like I probably didn't really start quote unquote studying until like 2-3 months beforehand.
Oh my gosh.
And
Awesome. You passed first time.
I passed the first time, but I think what really tripped me up probably like the logic game part.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
You see, but I'm bomb at like reading comprehension and like stuff.
And that part was like,
I was here for it, but after you get so far about Monday through Friday and you do whatever on one day, this is a lot.
So did everybody take a break here, or?
I took my gap year.
I took 1 year off after undergrad.
See, I did not. But so I'm kind of like both of y'all stories because I did not study. However, let me be clear. Okay, so I paid for a prep program.
Okay.
And it was a little old man and he had books. I used his books like once. But I came straight from undergrad in business administration. So that last semester, if you're in business administration, you understand it's hard. It's a really tough semester, that final one. So I was like stressed with school still.
Yeah.
So I literally took, it was February when I took the LSAT. I had an exam on a Friday, and I think I sat for the LSAT that next Saturday. And I asked my dad to drive me. I was like, I'm really stressed. I'm going to just drive and just be quiet. He dropped off there, do it. And when I left out, I was like, I'm pretty sure I did well enough to go where I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
But I didn't study at all. I got the books, though. I still have the books. But I didn't prep. And then I applied here. Like, I was so still focused on undergrad. I didn't prep for this. But I did do pre-law.
Right.
I came to pre-law after Essence Fest.
Right.
I did do pre-law.
You see, I did pre-law, but my study thing, I didn't buy books. There was a girl that took the LSAT before me that had like the little LSAT for Dummies book. And I just took her book, but like you could tell, you know when somebody goes through something, they argue and they erase these stuff out? So like her answer stuff was still there. So like I didn't really.
So you practiced the correct answer.
I literally just flipped through and I was just getting the answers and I just took a test.
No, I looked at them and I was like, this is something I could do. I was in GT. These are things I've seen before, and that's what I was with.
That's literally what it is. I knew I was
it didn't hit me to be nervous about the LSAT until I arrived and saw the other people. And I was like, I may have really messed up. Because people are walking around counting on their fingers. And I took mine at, I think Xavier is where we had. I drove to New Orleans.
No, I took
mine at Loyola.
No, I took mine at UL. So they did at UL. So literally, like, it's all in one building. We've all seen each other throughout like 4 years, and like we all from the same city.
Right.
So like they put it in like having different rooms in the first one. We all just looking at each other. I'm just in here like, well, I think they really studied for real. Like, this was their life. Because even on the breaks, when we talking about something like, oh, I took this class, I did this thing, I did that thing, I was just sitting here like...
No, but some of the people in the room with me, it was like, this is my third time coming in.
No, you see,
I took it 3 times.
Ooh,
3 times.
See, one of
Shout
them.
out to you. I feel so bad because I'm sitting there and I'm
the
like,
first time I did study, and the first time I didn't have any passion for it, I was just like, I'm smart. I studied 2 weeks before. I took 2 weeks off, and I got like a 138. And I was like, what? Like, what? So I called Seven and I was like, can y'all please let me in? Because I thought they had the 140. I was like, nah, baby. If you don't got the 140, you're not getting in. So I had took the prep course.
Okay.
No, then I studied by myself, and then I got like the first time I took it, I got a 136. The second time I took it, I got a 139. Then the next time I took it,
so you literally did the whole, okay.
At least you do the opposite.
I got the 139, but that's when I called and it was like, no, you need that 1 point. I'm like, dang. Then I took it again, I got a 145. So I was like, okay.
I felt
but
bad.
she that was leaps and bounds.
Look, that was
determined.
Look, that was a drive. Because look, I did it at one time. And honestly, if I wouldn't have passed it, I probably still would have came to law school, but I would have took one break.
Then it's so funny. The LSAT has like a Twitter.
I know.
It does.
They have like a Twitter. And I remember I left there and my poor dad, shout out to my dad. He drove me. And he was like, we went to Five Guys. And we sitting there Five Guys and he was like, I was looking at the people that were coming out, and I feel like you did something like major, but that's not how you were acting when we got here. And I was like, me too. When I met them, I was like, wow, this is serious. So I tweeted and was like, just took the LSAT, about to eat or something. And the LSAT people like retweeted it, and my dad was like, you better pray you pass. Now you told everybody. I don't know how Twitter works, but you might be in trouble.
But it's funny. I know after I took mine, I was tired. I was like, Mom, I need to go. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm in this room. It's just white walls. It's small. We get this much of a break. Right. They make it so much more intense. You know what it needs to be.
The Ziploc bags. The
Ziploc bag. Put your 3 pencils, your sharpener, no snacks. You got to water up a certain size. First of all, what the hell am I at?
First of all, I went back.
That was clear.
What are y'all doing to me?
Standardized tests. I had mints. I had wintergreen mints and Hershey Kisses.
Everything. Highlighter.
And pencils.
And you want to, and I hope you only want to take it out because I don't want to make the notes of other people taking the test. But you couldn't wear your hoodies. You couldn't do this. They want freeze it, and I was like, oh no, I was drained. You would have swore to God, I've been that bit for like hours, and I was really in there for like 3
But standardized tests make me nervous.
Always make me nervous.
Even when you're prepared.
Like you're a good standardized test taker. I'm not.
I'm always doing everything one time.
Not. And I have test anxiety. I realize that like
see,
all
that's
the
the problem.
time.
You must take the bar, and I'm sitting here like,
I know.
But I feel like once you've done a law school final, like you probably are cured.
I feel like I am cured because in the beginning I remember my 1 year sitting like literally shaking and typing at the same time.
I'm scared. I do my test all one and done. Every test I've ever taken in my life, one and done. And it's the one test I feel like, God damn it.
No,
because it's the mother. This is some. Look, can I?
It's different.
Sure, go ahead.
Girl, this is the mother shit.
All right, let's move right along, y'all. Let's move on. So, somebody asked, do you think working full time and attending law school part-time is manageable? So just in general is manageable? Oh,
well, I did, because I'm part-time. Schools run, but there's not too many schools in Louisiana that offer a part-time program, which is kind of why I told them they have a part-time day and a part-time evening. The difference is y'all will take 6 classes, because you're full-time too, right? So y'all will take 6 to our 4.
Okay, 6 classes? No,
yeah, so my 1 year, I took contracts and torts with legal writing and law and processing, and y'all took contract, torts, family law, BCP, legal writing and law and processing. So going part-time in school is a lot of load, and I don't think it's necessarily easier, because while y'all are here all day, we at work all day.
Right.
So like, depending on what type of job you do, it might be slightly difficult just because you might not really have time to study. So you might have to work your 9 to 5, come here from like 5 to 9. And then your nights you may not get sleep because you may have to work. I mean, you have to study.
Like, are you
my first semester it was real awkward because I feel like we did pre-law, all the good stuff to try to prepare you, but I feel like it doesn't really. It helps you, like in the grand scheme of things, but you don't really know how law school will be until you start.
Right.
So it's like trying to figure out that schedule to really benefit you to like, well, you get enough sleep because they always want you to have 7 to 8.
Right.
But like if I work 9 to 5, I'm going to school from 5 to 9, and I got to make sure I read for class the next day.
That's what I'm thinking. I just feel like
it's not about to happen.
You wouldn't be prepared for something.
Yeah. Like so I think with working full time, you gotta take a L somewhere. However, depending on how student you are on your drive, it's definitely doable. I mean, I'm in my 3rd year now.
Right.
So and me and some other people in my class, like it's definitely doable to do, but you have to know yourself as a person to know what you can, you can't handle.
Gotcha.
Because you may be able to have a job, but you may not be able to work the job full time. You may have to do a part-time work and a part-time school and just take my money out in loans and just kind of move it like that.
Yeah.
But at night, I mean, some people got jobs and families, and they, I mean, it's doable. People
Who
do
don't
it.
see y'all though? I've done
People
that.
do it. Like people like work for the state. I know
I
the
feel
one girl in my class. She had like 4 kids, and she was like homeschooling them all. I think she just let her older one go to public school this
In
year.
school here.
Yeah, she was
That's
homeschooling
awesome.
and coming to night school, and she just let one of her kids go to like public school recently.
That is crazy.
So I mean, it's definitely doable. If you want to do it and you got a job to do, like it can be done. It's not gonna be easy, but it's doable.
Work, but you do like your own side thing, like makeup and stuff. So how does that play a part into it?
So for me, it's different because you have to give up weekends, and that's when we normally prep for
Right.
school. So if I do a wedding, like if I freelance doing makeup, and I do
Her
a wedding,
makeup, follow her. What is your Instagram?
at Makeup by Meah J, or Meah J.
There you go.
And I have a blog, Black Girl Today. So like doing those, that's all weekend. But if I book a wedding, I'm gonna get up at 7 o'clock
Oh my gosh.
to prep. You normally that Friday night is like my personal time.
Right.
So at that point, I'm sanitizing everything, getting my kid together, and then it's just all day. Like you have wedding, like so. Let's say a party is 5 to 10 people. There's 45 minutes to an hour per person. So by the time you get to photo time, which might be 4 p.m., 5 p.m., I'm there for that.
Right.
I may have a quick change, then I go do touch-ups for the reception. So I don't do like we're going to a party or something, makeup like casual. I do events because that's the only way it's beneficial.
Right. So your
Because
event,
$40
but your
here.
event is all day.
It's an all day
So
thing.
you're
But you make
doing
money too.
Yeah, you make money and it's in a lump sum, but it's just the process because you get that one deposit, which is like $100, and then you just wait. So and then with us working at the school, I work at the school, so does he.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
That's a different animal also. But with makeup, it's just kind of crazy. So I know that I'm forfeiting a whole 24 hours of prep time. So during the week, I have to make up for that some kind of way. So that's the thing.
So that was the thing with this because I wanted to do so much, like my 1 nail here, get these videos out, and I'm really just starting to do it now because like I'm finally figuring things out.
But that's the thing. Like I
at
want
the
a
time.
year. I want to. You don't really. Like you have time, but you really ain't. You really don't have time to give. Like your first semester, you figuring out your schedule. So you trying to take your life that you had before law school and trying to incorporate that into law school, and you realize with that some stuff is not about to fit. Like some stuff will not fit. Friends,
You learn
relationships.
yourself too, though.
And
Right.
you learn yourself.
I had a whole nother like first year college experience.
Right, it's under the phase. Like you learn all this stuff your first semester, let alone your first year.
Right.
And for us, like our first semester, like we just trying to get back our second semester.
That's it. Like that's it.
And
That's
it's
all.
funny because like now we're in our third year, and now we sitting here like
I just
Let's
remember
go
thinking
here,
like,
let's
what
go
else
eat.
am I good at?
Right.
Because I know that I
I'm
can
like, I
be in
do
corporate
videos.
America. Yeah, I was like, I can be in corporate America. How? Because
Right.
every day we come in here, there was like a look to your left, look to your right. One of y'all might not
Right.
be here. And I was thinking, I may just forfeit. and say leave.
But no,
And I was
but
just
for
gonna put up with
real.
it. But
And we just now in our third year where now we're like, okay, cool. You want to go have dinner? You want to do this? You want to do that?
and they're about to eject us out.
Because now we know. Because
Right.
now we know what we have to do.
We were literally taking a nap, and I was just like, it kind of feels good just to take a nap. I know I have stuff I need to do, but I'm
Right.
just gonna take these 45 minutes.
But I think
this-
now you are overwhelmed.
No.
Right. Because this one you know
No.
what to do. Like you know how to cover your ass.
Right.
Lord
Know how to
knows.
pick up the pieces.
Look, that one
My
long
first
nap in one
semester
hour
was
year would have been
tough.
tragic.
First semester, mine
First
was very
semester
tough.
was just a whole bunch of thoughts. I was 23.
Yeah.
You were in first semester, and it's like,
What?
you know, this is 3 years. I kept thinking about like marriage and stuff though. I was like, I'm gonna get out at 25, 26.
Girl, and when
About
I'm
to be
trying to
26.
find somebody, when I'm getting married.
And I was like, I would have been in school for 20 years. When
You
I was
didn't-
5,
you
I
didn't
didn't sign
mess
up for this.
So that's another thing too. Trying to go to law school and be like, oh, I want to do a master's.
I'm
I
not
considered-
getting no masters.
No, I don't want to get it.
I
It's
considered the
cool.
dual degree, and I spoke to a lot of mentors, and people were like, mentors are good too.
Yes.
People were just like, you know, you can do it and do that 1 year, but realistically, do you want to possibly sacrifice, you know, something else that you just carved out time for? And I was like, for me, I don't want to be a basket case.
Girl,
So if
it's
I
amazing.
get a
That's
career, I have a
Wow.
job where they want to pay for me to get that, because it'll only be that 1 year, I'm fine with that. I can't sit in a school setting
No, ma'am.
anymore in my adult life.
And it says being in such a small
I
law
have no
school,
comments.
like small, like how do we deal with drama and just a little bit. 'Cause I think I stick to myself pretty much. I just be chilling, like I be in and out.
I feel like he's gonna have the most, so I'm gonna just jump in and say my little.
So
bit.
you guys go, because I had to say about that.
So I just kind of keep. I feel like in any sector of life, any realm or whatever, you show people your representative. Like you can get to know people and be cool, but you just have to be mindful of. Let me just present. If this is not a person I think will be a part of my personal life, let me just handle this in a very political way. So I never really was confronted with drama.
Yeah.
Because
But
it
you're a
just
very
sounds like
straightforward person, though.
yeah, like it was pretty, I'm cool with y'all, I'm cool with y'all, I'm cool with y'all. Like it was no reason for me not to be. So.
Right, me too. I'm like that. I just be like, hey.
Oh,
And half the time I don't know what's happening.
Me too. I was like, where's the drama? Because I don't
Now,
get
if you
into
guys
it.
like, they can attest, I'm very sarcastic.
Yes.
But it's like a dry humor. I mean, no ill intent. But I have passed by and maybe said something that was terrible timing, and people would be like, "You didn't mean whatever when you said whatever," and I'd be like, "Oh, girl, no."
Girl, you're not just
Boom, and we move on. It's so much other stuff going on, but I'm gonna leave it to you.
So clearly these lovely ladies are blessing on the table. Because apparently it's just my luck of the cards that people are trying my nerve. But no, I don't. I feel like, well, as the person, first and foremost, I feel like I was very naive coming into law school. Because in my mind, I mean, we 23, 24 and above, really. I feel like going to a professional school, there are certain things that you didn't have to deal with. Because in my mind, I was going to be the baby around a bunch of adults. Like, that's literally how I thought about it. Like, I just assumed, because some people don't go to law school right after undergrad. Some people, like, get their careers to do whatever, they want to make career changes, they do that. So I would expect to be an older one, so I just assumed that, like, people would act and uphold themselves certain types of way that I feel like adults should. When you're taking the bar as character and fitness, and there's things you have to apply for,
Yeah, think about
where there's a possibility where they may not even let you sit for a bar, depending on what you do prior to law school and in law school. A lot of people don't care about stuff like that, because people will do things literally to upset you. But I feel like I've learned, I think, after the recent things, I think people just, collective people are just jealous of what they have and what they don't have and where they think that you're going. And it's like, you may not see a lot in yourself, but they see it in you. And instead of like building you up, they'd rather like bring you back down.
So that's a good question. How do you deal with, because like when it comes to law school, I did learn there's different types of personalities, people who like have been in the legal field for years, who are legacy, who did this, and like my father is this, my mom is this lawyer, and I'm just like, I'm the first person in my family to ever even go to law school. I have a bunch of nurses in my family. We're a family of nurses, okay? So no lawyers. So I'm like, I'm clueless in the situation. So how do y'all deal with like different personalities and like these uppity people? Like, because that's another thing I experienced.
Honestly, it gets fairly interesting, and honestly, it's kind of funny to me. Because I mean, when I was an undergrad, I was like a double major. I did like criminal justice and sociology. So like, I like seeing people in group settings and learning what to do what they do. Because I think I find that comical.
You're a social scientist.
Yeah, so I think it's funny. So I did in undergrad, but a lot of people don't realize, depending on what your law school is, it's not just people, like we go to something which is like your Bachelor of Louisiana in the South. But what people don't realize is that like so many other people from other states and other countries come here. So it's not just like Southern people where like we get that sarcasm, the dry stuff, we're just really nice to people. Other people come from like Chicago and California and Florida, where they really like, they don't get it.
Because we're very hospitable.
And it's a little different, because I met this one girl from Chicago, and she really, I thought she was rude. But like, when you get to know her, she really not rude. It's just how she talked to people, like in general. Like it's just a very like thing. But to us, like that's who are you speaking to? Because we're really nice people down here. However, let's not tread too lightly.
I think for me, I like to watch people, so it was a learning experience. Like I like seeing different types of personalities, especially in people of color, like just seeing different classes of people and people who've been exposed to certain things. And even if it wasn't in a legal profession, if they were like, my family member's this, I come from that, it was like, okay, cool. I think with people from out of state, with me, I just start talking to people. And for some people, that's like, you are not our friend, so why are you talking to us?
It just gets weak.
But I think I don't know. I like it. I don't think it was so much of a culture shock for me. It just was me kind of watching everyone and saying, okay, so we have this personality, we have that, we have this, we have that.
Well, I don't know so many people tapped into like stereotypes of their cities.
Oh, okay.
Like until I got here.
You mean like repping their city or?
No, like in the sense of like when you meet people from like certain places, like they really act like you would assume somebody from Chicago to act.
See, I don't know.
No, but it's funny. Like when you think of like when you talk to certain people, like when certain attitudes shine out or personality traits, or just how they respond to certain things that you say, or certain ways in which you do things.
So
it's
Chicago.
like
We gonna stop ragging Chicago. Pick another city.
Well,
That's so Vegas.
That's so California.
Oh, people from Florida.
That's so
like,
Cali.
That's so Cali. We gotta
like,
know Cali.
right, like it's just like the way they like. It's just some people act so like detached and disconnected to stuff. Even though I mean in the South, but we're a whole lot more family oriented.
Yeah.
And it's like the collectiveness and
That's how I feel
togetherness.
about us at Southern. I feel like people asking like how competitive it is, and I said that to me, I don't never been to another law school, but it's not as competitive as it would be at another law school to me. I don't know why. I feel like I have more people to lean on, and it's more comfortable for me to be here. Like
We're family oriented.
Yeah, we're very family. We don't ever pass around the class. Like I really don't care because it's like I'm not here to. I'm gonna make it. At the end of the day, I know that.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna like.
And it's like your path is unique to you.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to intercept something for him because that's his
Right.
journey. So.
But let's not negate the fact that law school in itself is just competitive. Period. Because we may be open to sharing things and doing stuff with people, and
that's
how
true.
we do things.
That's true. That's a
But
good
you
point.
meet other people that will not.
That's true.
They won't share outlines and they won't share notes.
Now,
and if you
were
didn't
y'all
read, they won't
oblivious
tell
to
you.
that?
Yes.
I was oblivious
I was
to that when I got
oblivious.
here. I did
Well,
not
no.
know that it was people that would be like, I'm not going to tell you my
Well,
name.
no, but even
You
but
know, I didn't
for
know
me,
that.
it was because when I started, I was going to school at night.
Okay.
So collectively, I feel like the evening program is more family-ish
Okay,
than the
'cause
school
it's
collective because
smaller.
it's small. We start in together, like literally, like our section is just all the people coming together at the same time.
So it's all of y'all.
It's all of us
It's
collectively.
no
It's no section 1 through whatever.
Okay.
Is the unit section
One
period.
section. That's nice.
And then, so we don't separate until like a second year, but we all kind of stay together in our friend circles. But our section is the section that you start with, pretty
That's
much. But so we're all my family, but I think that was because, like I said, everybody had jobs and families, and everybody. I feel like if you're going to school part time, you go to school at night specifically. You're just trying to hustle at the end of the day, and you're gonna have to get it regardless how you get it. But we all felt like that. So like the majority of us didn't mind covering each other up. If you didn't brief, or let me slide this on the table real quick. And
So how are you comfortable doing that though? Cause like for us, we had like really big sections, and we didn't know everybody in our section.
And we're all the same age bracket for the most
Right.
part. So you have people from 22
right. So,
to 26.
so how do I do with that?
They're
What you
not
mean?
So networking, because like I said, cause I didn't really ask people for notes. I would just kind of had like my 3 friends who just give me their
like,
notes.
I would
So
say
I didn't
that-
go. I wasn't like.
Well, no, I'll say that, like, like,
how
no,
did you
I'll
do
say that,
like
like-
networking within your class.
Well, no, I said like, well, I mean, clearly, like, I mean, just as natural as a human instinct, like you'll click more with certain people than you do other people, so you have your groups or whatever. But it's kind of like when you learn professors and you learn what they do and how they move and how they act based off of one person not doing something, even if everybody else did it, that one person will change the whole mood. It's like that, and you don't want to. And it's like nobody want to be. First of all, we all old, especially at night. Like we all, since we don't have time.
I've been at work all day.
So I'm not trying to like you're not fussing at nobody, you're not doing this. It's not what it is, and like everybody's tired.
Correct.
So like, so sometimes people would just ask for stuff, but it's just a matter of like,
Y'all trying to help each other out. Like,
We're not supposed to embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
because just like we tied, and now we have a lot of adjunct professors. So like, just like we was at work, they was at work, and we trying to learn, they trying to teach. Nobody got time for all this hassle. Sis, did you not? Are you put together? Are you nervous? Do you look nervous? Let me just slide this real
Let
quick.
me just slide that to
And just
her.
read it. But I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, like, it didn't really hurt me none because, I mean, I read it, I briefed it, I learned what I need to know.
And it's
If you didn't,
y'all
I mean,
gotta learn it. So what's the point?
right. I mean, if you did it for class, that's on your business, but it's up to you to do the work after. But in class, like, if I'm sitting next to you and I know you didn't read, like, I really gotta like you a lot, but like, none of us want to deal with that. So,
So that sounds
we
like lost.
did.
But I will say close to the finals, like personalities change, the pressure hits different.
Oh my god, depression.
Depression.
Okay, so we got so many other videos to talk about because
Girl.
we trying to put it on to this one, but we're gonna have a video on depression, we're gonna have a video on finals, we're gonna have a video on all that stuff because it's real. It's really real.
Definitely.
I never thought I never considered myself an anxious person, depressed, or any of that stuff
Well, you know what I
until
learned?
law school came.
I've learned that everybody had anxiety before they got here.
Yeah, I know
You
I
just
did.
dealt with it differently. And because it's more stressful in this time, you don't really know how to deal with it all at one time collectively like you did before. Because everything is equal. So you go on with life and you got school and it's like you don't know what to do. So it just seems like, oh my God, I got anxiety now. But it's like, no, you probably always did.
Yeah, because I talked to my mom about it. I was like, I never dealt with this, never dealt with it. She was like, Taja, you've always dealt with this. And this is a story she told me, y'all. I've been crazy, okay? Been. I was younger in the 7th grade, and I was writing this research paper, and it was about China and how it's overpopulated, how they get rid of they'll sacrifice the daughter before they sacrifice the male.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, I was so excited about this topic or whatever, so I went home. I said, Mom, this paper's due. I gotta start, I gotta do it, I gotta finish. She was like, so baby, when does it do? What does it do? And I was like, in 3 weeks. And she said, calm down. Taja,
You don't get out my face.
if you don't go sit down
Get out my
somewhere.
face today.
And she always bring that story up, and I'm just like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, I've been anxious. Like, I've been dealing with just worry about things that's 6 months ahead.
Right.
So I've been anxious. But law school,
It's just different.
and they make you anxious. They intentionally.
I think the classes make you anxious, and people don't realize that your life is still going on while you're here.
It didn't seem that way.
So like, it doesn't until you realize like you're
No.
missing weddings or you're missing events. Like there's things that we're missing.
No, I didn't miss events. But I can remember going to the mall one day. Like it was a horrible week, this particular week. And I'm not a person that wears my feelings. Like I have the same attitude, and I might go in the car and be like, "Oh my God, life sucks. I'm having an awful day." But then if she blows at me, I'd be like, "Hi, Tasha." Then I sit back in the car. Oh my God. I drove to the mall. I had no well, we know I drive to the mall all the time, but I drove to the mall, and I just started people watching, and I was like, they walking around like they ain't got nothing to do, and then I was like, they don't.
But
then it hit me like, this is still happening, even though on my end it's not. And I kind of needed that moment to go, okay, so life remains the same. Even though a professor may tell you, if you don't make this by Thursday, you can hang it up. Right. It's over for you. But I can just remember having to do little stuff, like implement a small thing to go, okay, it's still normal around, or clean up when you have other stuff to do. And it's like, I'm gonna clean my house because
I just start cleaning up because I'd rather clean up than study sometimes. I have to be like,
sometimes
I'm gonna wash these dishes.
It's relaxing.
Is that a dish?
It's just relaxing.
I see a little piece of dirt, sweep. I started cleaning.
No, one day I
so
said Bath and Body
much.
Works. Like I just need candles. Because
it's like lifestyle occurs. So what you're gonna have to do if you decide to go to law school while you're in law school.
Yeah. So that's
figure out those things that you need to do to like normalize the situation.
Right. I have a standing nail appointment. Y'all are welcome to come.
She does. I do. She does. This haircut gets cut frequently. We all stay, fairly close to home, quote unquote. So if need be, I'll go home for a weekend.
To your family, to your people.
It's like do what you need to do to stay sane, because law school literally will drive you crazy. However, a benefit, I will say, you meet like really amazing people in law school.
For sure.
Because literally, think about it. Like you're going through all these things
But
together.
not a shameless plug for us to hug you. You amazing people.
No, but literally, so law school is a situation where no one else in your outside life is going through these things except for the people that you're in the building with.
Oh my gosh, even your family won't understand.
Exactly.
Like my mom she was like, you were tripping, you were going crazy. I'm like, I still don't think I was going crazy.
And you really wasn't. Like you just don't get it, and like you'd be surprised. It's like nursing majors, like people in the medical school, like no one knows what we go through no better than we do. So you meet people like you have your close friends. Everybody knows about mine. Me has hers, and then we all friends together. It just works out. But you'll need people to get through your days, because this is a lot.
Like you gotta pass by, and I always keep in mind you don't know what the next person is going through, because we all have that representative or that mask that's like, I'm just gonna persevere. But for somebody to pass by and be like, you straight, you good, you seem a little different, that helps.
Check on your friends.
Check on your strong friends.
Check on your strong friends.
She's probably crying in her car. And I'm not a crier, but that first semester, the closer we got to Thanksgiving, I just would, on the weekends, I just sit down and be like,
break down. The finals time.
This whole thing is just going straight to hell, and I've done nothing wrong to deserve.
But the funny thing is, we all felt like that. We all cried at least twice our first semester.
But at the same time, we don't know each other's story to know what got us here. So in your mind, when you sit in a class, a person can raise their hand, because right or wrong, your professor's not going to say, oh, you're incorrect. They're just going to let them talk. So as you seeing hands shoot up, they don't start telling us we wrong until we know it. It's like, girl, what have you been doing?
Right.
But that first semester, you have people that are like, and the answer is yada yada. And you sitting there like, I don't know know the answer.
I don't know.
What's going on?
What
Where are we at?
I'm sitting here daydreaming.
What was that article you said?
Right, then you have certain upper class, like you have certain students that will make it seem impossible because they want that same persona the professors have. Well, some professors have, so they'll kind of make it like, you know, I don't take naps. I don't get, you got your nails done. I had a person tell me that. They were like, you have time to get your hair done, comb it.
Yes, I think I
Well,
do.
yeah, I do, because like
self-care, okay?
Upkeep, hello.
However, her words did remain true. They did prove true when finals came out on the turban, but that's not important. Because at that time it was like, so I'm gonna look bad and feel bad since I have to pick a struggle. So
and you know what?
Right now, I don't think I'm doing well. So I'm just gonna look normal.
That was my biggest thing. Like in my 1L year, like I used to wear like leggings and stuff, but I never used to do that in undergrad. Like undergrad was always on point. My fashion come dressed every day, but here it kind of stripped me away from like my fashion sense.
But you don't feel like yourself.
Yeah, I didn't. So I just like stopped dressing up. I stopped being creative. Like the whole year, I started creating videos, everything, and then I just felt depressed. Like I was like, I don't want this. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if this is my personality. And then I just started getting cute again, like putting on some clothes. And then I just like, okay, when you look good, you feel good. Because if I'm wearing leggings and a hoodie, I'm gonna be like, hoodie on, like I'm ready to go home.
I do that too.
Now
so
look,
like,
I'll be the teacher in basketball shorts, and I'm
that's
still.
why I see how you like sometimes me come like with a beautiful face, like
like it's
you know?
like I have to do something.
I know what they're talking about. I come into school t-shirt and shorts, and I'm still.
This man come with his work uniform on, ready to go.
I still be it, K. Ain't no problem.
It's hard. It just was difficult, and like to your point, with my blog took a hit. I didn't do anything. One of my classmates, in fact, read my blog and was like, you need to keep doing your stuff. I see you did something, and it was like, oh yeah, I do. But it's like you're so disconnected from yourself, that you don't feel. And with me, like especially when you create stuff, whatever it is, like you don't have to have a blog or a YouTube channel, but if you are a creator, and we all are to some extent,
we are.
You like, but absent that, you don't have like an outlet.
Right.
So you're like bottled up on that end. Then in class, you're like shutting down because you're feeling discouraged. So it's just like a fight against self.
Right, like
so all you do is go home. It's like I have no reason to go out. And if you get invited, like I remember we had a lot of mixers. And it was like, what am I bringing to the mix? Like I don't want the people to meet me like this because this is not me. I don't know who I am right now. So
lost.
Yeah, like I'm right. And I used to laugh at when people say it, and I was like, no, you could really be lost.
But I think that they're just atonement to like those simple things, like you know how we as TAs you tell people all the time, like don't do nothing different, keep it the same, tighten up.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
It's like whatever you needed to do to stay sane, no matter what it is, you need to keep doing that. So like I was a heavy musician before I got here. So like I was playing the piano, all this good stuff, doing whatever I was doing. Look. That was the one day I could have just cried. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Somebody had to take me to the music building, and I let them in, and they just left me in the room by myself, and I just went in.
Playing.
That is amazing.
So look, whatever it is,
do what you do.
Do what you do.
Or you can lose your damn mind.
Even with studying, like I remember people saying, you don't know how to study, and I'm thinking, okay, so I was valedictorian. I fared well in undergrad. I did extremely well. How don't I know how to study? And then when we got here, I was like, okay, so it is more material.
Right.
But I can remember those first couple of months trying to study all these ways I knew were not effective. So I'm going, because they told me I need to have outline like this. And I'm a person that needs like flashcards and write and draw. And I'm sitting in the room thinking, all these words are multiplying. I don't know. Right. Then I'm looking at other people who study like that and they're going, I got it. I got this. So it took me, November for me was kind of a flip around. Like I finally felt in control before our first set of finals, which was weird because a lot of people felt out of control.
I would say this, how did y'all feel like that break when you was waiting for your first set of grades?
Look,
I've never shit myself. Like I was waiting, I was in New York seeing my mom, and then I remember I got my torts grade and I think I got like a B or something, and I was like, oh my God, I was so fucking happy. And then my mom was like, what did you think you was gonna fail? And I was like, I don't know.
Look, in law school,
in
law school, everything is super subjective. Right. So like we all don't necessarily get graded the same, we all don't write the same, so they're really looking at our content and if they like it or not. So you take finals over the course of at least like 2 weeks. you get to study how many days in between each final or before, depending on what you do and how you do it. We take a test. It ends December 8th. We don't get our grades back until sometime in January.
You might start your whole next semester.
So
for us, I think we made it at Christmas. I think everything came in, but one professor.
One.
right. So sometimes some people be waiting until about like the beginning of January.
Yeah.
So I was never a worrisome individual for grades until I got here. And then it's like when you're taking classes and you're stressed out and it's just like, oh my God, did I do this? Did I do that right? Oh my God, did I forget this? Did I not put where the battery was? Did I mess up on that? Like, oh my God, like
then after you
I'm gonna
talk
fail.
about it.
Right, and you want to talk about it and you get stressed out because when you're talking to us three, right, you can take a final today, walk out right here afterwards and be like,
We all
did
put
you see
different
this? No. Well, what did you see? Well, shit, I didn't put that. What did you
I
put?
have a policy. I don't talk about
Oh no.
exams after
Okay,
this.
see, I do that now because I learned.
I don't want to talk about it. I'll go straight to my car. Peace,
My
see you later.
my first semester was my
Take
one.
care of yourself.
My first semester was my one and done. Never again.
No.
And it makes it worse. And
That makes it worse.
I've never been worrisome. So like I literally was sitting here like, let's go on the website. Is it there? No, it's not there. Mom is not here. I know what to do. Darius, calm down. Calm down.
Checking every day, banner.
Who trying to now calm down for what? I need my grade. I ain't trying to fail.
Shout out. So for me, it was different. I didn't care, y'all.
Oh, girl, no, I
I
did.
did care. Let me rephrase that. I don't want y'all to think that's not good. So I cared.
You weren't worried.
I was so concerned about the final. I think I had the nervous moment after the exams happened initially.
Okay.
But once I drove back home, it was like, I'm finally getting back to myself. Like, I have a hair
Right.
appointment as soon as I get home. I'm back in the game. So
you those people
I
fuck at
didn't
the
check
mall.
for grades because I really was thinking I'm gonna wait until they all are there. But we in group meets together,
You know.
so
Grade
nobody
goes
allowed me to even have that
That
because you
moment.
had people like check your grade is up,
This
and
up.
my study partner would be like, this grade is up, this grade is up, and I checked. And my contract's grade was up. I made an A in contracts.
Yay.
And I was like, I'm not checking no more until it's all up. Because I don't want to get my hopes up and be like, hey, not so
Right.
good, something else. So that grade kind of put me at ease. And it was like, because in contracts, I felt confident, but like
Right.
they can attest to, you can feel good about something, but you don't know till you
I always
know.
make, you know what's surprising? I always make the best grades when I don't feel good about something.
Right, me too.
And that's the crazy
Me
thing.
When I
too.
walk
After
by and
my
I feel like,
contract's
damn, I know what I
final,
did, it's like, that's my best grade.
I had the worst sleep. I had nightmares after my contract's final. Like literally went to sleep and I was like, I didn't put none of the stuff I'm thinking about on that paper.
Right, you're gonna have to start thinking about resend.
But I did not entertain conversation though, because I could hear people in my section outside like, I saw this and they naming stuff I did not see.
Right.
So I'm thinking,
One
I
girl,
can
my
attest to that too, because I remember when I think my contract grade was one of my first grades that came in. It was my best grade.
Yeah,
so I
that was
just
the
like,
earlier ones.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, I feel good about this one. Like one and done, it like set you up, and then like then you see the other. But that last one that come in, I was like,
No, there was one girl that didn't check her grades at all. She was like, if I can't schedule, if I can't go to school next month, then I just know.
now that takes some form.
Girl,
of
that's the
like,
power.
endurance or
Because
something.
they really was like, I'll come back in the spring, I'll schedule, and if I can't sit in for class.
That's a
then I'll
contentment that I want to.
I said,
because I'm not
you
that
were
content,
the-
but I was just happy to be out of this mind frame. Like not so much the building, because when we came back, I think second semester, you're like, okay, now I know something.
Well, I feel differently
You know?
now that when I walk out of finals nowadays, like I don't care.
Me same. I don't care. Like I know whatever I wrote is gonna get me there.
Oh, get you
Right.
friends that don't talk about school stuff outside of school. I just thought about that.
Right.
We're talking about finals because you have a tendency to get around people in law school.
You know, you want to talk about law school.
Law school and politics.
Like
I'm
us
like,
now.
wait, we are 25. We at a bar.
Yeah, oh my
What
gosh.
is
Like we need to have a drink right now.
Yeah, like I did find that a lot. And that was another thing on the social aspect. How did y'all feel about that? Because socially, when we got into law school, I think that was the major disconnect. Because I'm like an extroverted introvert. Like, I hang with people and I'm fun until I'm not.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, I would like to be alone. That's enough for the day.
I'm the social
But-
butterfly of the group.
Yeah, like
I'm
I speak to
Beyonce.
everyone. Oh my God, well I'm Kelly, but first we not
But
on
I
the
am not no
show.
Michelle.
It's two Kellys, but
I could never be
let it be
Michelle.
She gonna be
clear
Latoya.
Kelly
Yeah, two
is-
Kelly, Beyonce. We could do that.
Look, Latoya make her money. So what y'all sleep
I
with my
want
girl.
that.
Get some money.
Look, toy in between the two.
Sometime, ooh, early in the morning.
I'm almost half a billionaire playing.
And in the midnight hour. What? Oh my God. All right, guys. I think this is gonna be the end of this video. I'm gonna wrap it up. This was very good. I appreciate y'all for sharing all of your great
Thank you.
thoughts.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. You guys were awesome.
I feel like I'm on 106 apart.
Girl.
Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please be sure to share with your friends, your other law school friends, your buddies in high school think about going to law school, anybody, because we are here to help and give you our advice because we want you to be great too. All right.
Type our initials down below if you want us back.
Yes, type our initials. We got MJ,
DC,
and TG. All right, and give this video a thumbs up, and we'll be back on the next one. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night.